There's an ancient rule, whispered through millennia, that has the power to transform chaos into calm, struggle into simplicity, and overwhelm into ease. It's a principle so profound that emperors have lived by it, monks have meditated on it, and philosophers have built entire schools of thought around its gentle wisdom. Yet most of us have never truly understood its depth, never felt its liberating embrace. What if I told you that this single understanding could make your life not just easier, but fundamentally different? What if the weight you carry, the endless mental battles you fight, the sleepless nights spent wrestling with tomorrow's uncertainties could all dissolve with one simple shift in perspective? The rule is this: there are only two kinds of things in this world. Those you can control and those you cannot. That's it. Everything else is commentary. Before we journey deeper into this timeless wisdom, I want to share something beautiful with you. Looking at our community here, I noticed that about 95% of you wonderful souls watching aren't yet subscribed. If this resonates with you, if you're drawn to these moments of reflection and ancient wisdom, I'd be honored to have you join our growing family. There's something magical about gathering together in pursuit of peace and understanding. Now, let's return to this profound simplicity. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor who ruled Rome at its height, wrote these words in his private journal nearly 2,000 years ago. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. He wasn't writing for publication, wasn't crafting words for posterity. He was reminding himself in the quiet moments between governing an empire of what truly mattered. Think about your yesterday. How much energy did you spend worrying about things completely beyond your influence? The traffic that made you late, the weather that ruined your plans, the words someone spoke that you replayed endlessly in your mind. How much of your precious life force was poured into battles you could never win? Modern research tells us something remarkable and troubling. The average person has between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts per day, and studies suggest that 80% of these thoughts are negative, while 95% are repetitive. We're caught in mental loops, spinning our wheels in the mud of circumstances we cannot change, wearing ourselves thin against immovable realities. But you are not defined by what is beyond your control. You are stronger than you realize. Peace belongs to you. The Stoics understood something that our hyper-connected, always-on world has forgotten. Epictetus, who knew suffering intimately as a former slave, taught that we suffer not from events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. It's not what happens to you, he said, but how you react to it that matters. This wasn't philosophical theory for him. This was survival wisdom, forged in the crucible of real hardship. When we truly grasp this distinction between what we can and cannot control, something miraculous happens. The world doesn't change, but our relationship with it transforms completely. The traffic jam becomes a moment of unexpected stillness. The criticism from others becomes information about them, not a verdict on your worth. The uncertainty of tomorrow becomes an invitation to be fully present today. Consider the ancient Chinese concept of Wu Wei, often translated as non-action or effortless action. It's not about passivity or giving up. It's about moving in harmony with the natural flow of life, like water finding its way around obstacles rather than trying to smash through them. When you stop fighting what you cannot control, you discover an effortless power in focusing on what you can. The Buddhist understanding of impermanence offers another layer to this wisdom. Everything changes, everything passes. The situation that feels overwhelming today will transform tomorrow. The pain that seems permanent is actually temporary. The joy that feels fleeting is part of an endless cycle of renewal. When we truly accept this impermanence, we stop clinging so tightly to outcomes we cannot guarantee. You have within you right now everything you need to find peace. Not tomorrow, not when circumstances align perfectly, but right now, in this moment, with things exactly as they are. Let's get practical for a moment. What can you actually control? Your thoughts, though it takes practice. Your responses to situations, though it requires awareness. Your choices about where to direct your attention, though it demands discipline. Your words, your actions, your values, your effort. These are your domain, your kingdom, your sphere of influence. What can't you control? Other people's choices, opinions, and reactions. The past, which is already written. The future, which remains unwritten. Natural disasters, economic fluctuations, aging, illness, death, the weather, traffic, delays, cancellations, other people's moods, decisions, and life paths. When you really sit with this list, when you let it sink into your bones, something profound shifts. You realize how much energy you've been wasting on the second list and how much power you've been ignoring in the first. Seneca, the Roman Stoic, who served as advisor to emperors, wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." He understood that when we stop trying to control the uncontrollable, we create space for new possibilities to emerge. We stop being victims of circumstance and become architects of our response. This doesn't mean becoming passive or indifferent. It means becoming strategically focused. It means pouring your energy into the fertile ground of your own choices rather than the barren soil of other people's decisions. It means tending your own garden with devotion while accepting that you cannot control the weather. The ancient Taoists spoke of the sage who acts without forcing, leads without dominating, teaches without lecturing. This is the power that emerges when you align with what you can control and release what you cannot. You become like water, soft yet persistent, yielding yet ultimately victorious. Modern neuroscience confirms what these ancient wisdom traditions intuited. When we focus on what we can control, our brains literally rewire themselves for resilience and peace. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive function and emotional regulation, strengthens. The amygdala, our brain's alarm system, calms down. We become more creative, more focused, more capable of genuine happiness. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are not a leaf blown by every wind. You are the calm center around which the storms of life can rage without disturbing your essential peace. Think about someone you admire, someone who seems to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. I guarantee you they've learned this fundamental distinction. They've discovered the secret of focusing their energy where it can actually make a difference. They've stopped fighting unwinnable battles and started winning the only battle that truly matters, the one for their own peace of mind. This ancient rule doesn't promise that life will become easy in the conventional sense. Challenges will still arise. Loss will still visit. Uncertainty will still be your companion. But your relationship with these inevitable aspects of human existence will transform. Instead of being overwhelmed by them, you'll dance with them. Instead of being defeated by them, you'll find strength you never knew you possessed. The Stoics had a beautiful practice called the discipline of desire. It involved wanting what happens, rather than demanding that what you want should happen. This isn't resignation or defeat. It's the ultimate victory over suffering. When you align your desires with reality, rather than demanding that reality align with your desires, you discover a peace that surpasses understanding. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, confine yourself to the present. The present moment is the only place where your power actually exists. The past is beyond your control now. The future is not yet here. But right now, in this moment, you have choices. You have agency. You have the ability to respond rather than react. Your breath is yours to control. Your posture is yours to adjust. Your next thought is yours to choose. Your next word is yours to speak or withhold. These may seem like small things, but they are the building blocks of a transformed life. Every moment of peace begins with recognizing what is actually within your power. I want to pause here and express my heartfelt gratitude to those of you who have recently joined our community. Your presence here, your willingness to explore these timeless questions, adds something beautiful to our collective journey. Thank you for being part of this exploration into ancient wisdom and modern peace. The beauty of this ancient rule is its simplicity. You don't need years of training to understand it. You don't need special equipment or expensive courses. You just need to remember again and again to ask yourself, is this within my control or not? And then to act accordingly. When you find yourself stressed about a presentation, ask, what can I control here? You can control your preparation, your practice, your rest the night before. You cannot control the audience's reaction, technical difficulties, or your colleague's competing presentation. Focus on the first, release the second. When you're worried about a relationship, ask, what can I control here? You can control your own honesty, kindness, and effort. You cannot control the other person's feelings, choices, or responses. Love fully within your sphere of influence and let go of outcomes beyond it. When you're anxious about the future, ask, what can I control here? You can control your preparation, your learning, your present choices. You cannot control economic conditions, other people's decisions, or unforeseen circumstances. Plant seeds in the garden of your own actions and trust the harvest to unfold as it will. This practice becomes a form of meditation, a way of returning again and again to your center. Every time you catch yourself fighting the uncontrollable, you have an opportunity to come home to your own power. Every time you redirect your energy toward what you can actually influence, you strengthen the muscle of wisdom. The ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu wrote, "The sage does not attempt anything very big and thus achieves greatness." When you stop trying to control the entire universe and focus on controlling your small corner of it, you discover that your small corner expands. Your influence grows naturally, organically, without force or strain. You are exactly where you need to be to begin this practice. You don't need to wait for perfect conditions or complete understanding. You can start right now with whatever situation is in front of you. Is it within your control or not? Let that simple question be your guide back to peace. As we near the end of our time together, I want to offer one more gentle invitation. If these reflections have brought you a moment of peace, if this ancient wisdom has touched something true within you, consider subscribing to join us on this ongoing journey. There's something powerful about walking this path together, supporting each other in the practice of wisdom and the cultivation of inner peace. The rule is ancient, but its application is eternally fresh. Every day brings new opportunities to practice this fundamental distinction. Every challenge becomes a chance to ask, what can I control here? Every moment of stress becomes an invitation to return to your center. You have everything you need within you right now. The peace you seek is not hidden in some distant future or perfect circumstance. It's available in this moment, through the simple recognition of what is yours to control and what is not. This is your inheritance from thousands of years of human wisdom. This is your birthright as a conscious being. The ancient rule that makes life 100 times easier is not really about making life easier in the way we usually think about ease. It's about discovering that the life you're already living, with all its challenges and uncertainties, can be met with grace, wisdom, and profound peace. When you stop fighting what you cannot control and embrace what you can, you don't just make life easier, you make it beautiful. In the end, this is perhaps the greatest gift of ancient wisdom. the recognition that peace was never something to be achieved or acquired. It was always something to be remembered, something to return to, something that belongs to you as surely as your own breath. The rule is simple. The practice is lifelong. The peace is immediate. And in that peace, in that simple recognition of what is yours and what is not, lies a freedom more profound than any external circumstance could ever provide.